Alright, here are my thoughts on Ubu et la Grande Gidouille, or I guess as it translates in English, Ubu and the Great Gidouille, I guess. So this is a French film, animated by Jan Lenica. Is that how you pronounce it? Yeah, it's a Polish graphic designer and cartoonish, but it's French. Well, anyway, it's. Well, honestly, I can't really say much about what the hell this movie is, but apparently it's based on a play called Ubu Roy by Alfred Jarry. I don't know. But yeah, it's one of those movies, one of those surrealist, bizarre movies. Yeah, it did remind me quite a bit of that other weird movie. Which one, you might ask? It was Mr. and Mrs. Cabal's Theater. Yeah, that. Yeah, I got quite a few vibes of that movie in this one. So there is a little more going on in this one than that one, but yeah, it's a very weird story, and it goes in all sorts of weird directions. It starts off with Ubu and his wife overthrowing the king of Poland, and they become the rulers, and Ubu obviously becomes a tyrant, and the prince, or yeah, the former prince, goes after them and I guess overthrows them. But then they flee to France. You think that's where, or you think them being overthrown by the prince would be the end of the movie, but it's only like, what, less than halfway through, and then then they go to France, and the story just completely changes to Ubu becoming a crazy scientist who does all sorts of weird experiments, mixes people with animals and stuff like that. And so he does that for a while, and then I guess it doesn't work out, and and then he decides to become a slave, which I guess leads to some commentary, I guess, that, kind of flies over my head. I'm not sure what exactly they're talking, what the commentary is. I'd have to, really study the original play to understand what they're even saying. And from what I understand, the original play didn't have the later parts. It really does end with, them being overthrown. Yeah. I can't really make out much of the story. The animation was weird, naturally. As you would expect from a movie of this nature. There's all sorts of surreal images, and it can get pretty creepy and disturbing. You see people throwing their body parts all over the place. And there's all sorts of other weird, surreal stuff you see in it. Yeah, obviously I can't really do this movie justice just by saying it's weird, but, trust me on it. And the characters are pretty much what you'd expect. Ubu himself is, a nasty piece of work, and his wife isn't much better. There are a lot of scenes of her abusing him because, women abusing men. You get it. But, Yeah, not much about the characters either way. It's mostly just like a bunch of weird stuff happening, and I guess there's some kind of, you know, yeah, some kind of commentary, yeah, commentary undertones. Um, so I can't really say I understand everything in this movie, but yeah, again, I'll chalk this up as another example of an interesting animated movie. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a good movie, but at the very least, it's ambitious. So, yeah. Um, so I can't really think of anything else to say at the moment, but yeah, as usual, if there's anything else I feel I need to add, I'll put in the comments, but there's little moments in this movie that might be worth going on about how weird it is, but yeah, I don't need to go into detail. There's just some weird stuff in this movie. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 6 out of 10. And if you're interested in these kinds of movies, these Terry Gilliam-esque animations and stuff, yeah, feel free to check this out. Um, yeah, it's probably not a movie I need to see again, but again, it was interesting at least. So yeah, I guess that will be it for now. Mash it and smash it, signing off.